Welcome to my channel, All for Health with Jane. Family, we thank God for seeing Advocate Mnisi in court today. We're saying at least the stomach bug did not prevent him from coming to court today and continue with his cross-examination. Remember yesterday when the court adjourned, Advocate Mnisi was not feeling well. He was complaining about the stomach bug. So we are glad he is feeling much better today. So in the beginning of the court today, Advocate Mnisi continues from where he stopped yesterday. He was asking Brigadier Gininda about the relevancy of the testimony that was given by Brigadier Gininda of the 3 cell phones, that is Kelly's cell phone, Longwe's cell phone, and accused number 3's cell phone, the linkage that was there in the 3 cell phones, where Brigadier Gininda indicated that there were similar pictures in the 3 cell phones, which linked the 3 together. So according to Advocate Mnisi, the way he had Brigadier Gininda, Mnisi said Gininda said there was communication, and he wanted Brigadier Gininda to explain what type of communication was there. But Brigadier Gininda refused to elaborate on that because he said now that he's not an expert, he's not going to say much except to say the 3 were linked by the similar picture that was in the 3 phone. That's all he could say when it comes to that. And the family, Advocate Mnisi had to bring some evidence where he believed that Brigadier Gininda did not only say linkage, but instead he said communication as well. But when they go through that statement, Advocate Mnisi realized that Brigadier Gininda did not say communication, but instead he said linkage, and they ended up agreeing. I think that's the most, the best part of this cross-examination today, because at least they agreed and there was peace, there was a harmony. No one was shouting at anyone, at another one, but instead they were just calm as Advocate Mnisi was leading this cross-examination. Family, let's watch and listen.
Thank you. Colonel State came to testify here, but according to you, he told you that as a result of similar photos being found in the cell phone gadgets of these 3 people, then that proves linkage. Did he tell you how did that linkage happen? How except for the phones being found in their cell phones, similar photos being found in their cell phones, how did this linkage happen?
Manje uqiniseni wangichazela ukuthi ngaphandle kwalezi ithombe ezatholakala emafonini abo ezifanayo wangichazela ukuthi lokuxhumana kwakwenzeka kanjani?
No, my lord. He's an expert in his field. It's the same as you when you get a report from a ballistic expert. If he says there's a link, I can't say he must show me all the margins because I'm not an expert. Same with the fingerprint expert. You look for the results of their findings. So Colonel Stein explained to me that there's a link and it is included in his statement, and I couldn't take it further than that. I don't think, my lord, I had even expertise to actually ask him to take me through the details of it, my lord.
Uqiniseni uyena uchwepheshe nanoma esinikele umbiko kodwa ke akukho ukuthi umembikele kufanele ngibuze konke ngalombiko wakho ukuthi lokhu nalokhu kuhlangana kanjani. Mina ngithathe nje lokho ayengibikela kona ukuthi kukhona ukuxhumana. Kuyafana nokume ochwepheshe ngokuhlola inhlamvu zebhama ngimbuza bese nginika umbiko ukuthi manje lo mugqa lona usho ukuthini la mugqa lona usho ukuthini, unginika nje umbiko uzokwazi ukuthi ungisize emsebenzini wami. So ke akungadingi ukuthi angitshele konke lokho anginike kona ukuthi kukhona ukuxhumana bekulingene.
So I'm simply saying, my lord, I think Kenneth Stein, he'll be in a better position to explain those links because he's an expert, my lord.
Engishoyo ukuthi uKensen uyena ongaba ngcono ukuthi alethe incazelo engcono ethe ukuthi qaqa kancane ngoba uyena uchwepheshe kuloko.
Thank you. I recall that there was a point where you were requested by the court to read into record Colonel Stein's affidavit that was subsequent to me asking you. Actually, that was subsequent to you having said that Colonel Stein told you that there was a link between accused number 3 and Kelly Khumalo. Then I think I then objected. I'm just trying to give a background of that situation. I then objected, but then the court, in his discretion, then requested you to go to that specific aspect of the affidavit where Colonel Stein says that there's a linkage between accused number 3 and Kelly Khumalo. Do you still remember that scenario?
Sakhumbula yena ukuthi wacela ukuthi ufunde i-affidavit kaKenneth Stein le echaza ukuthi kukhona ukuxhumana phakathi umsolo wesithathu noKelly Khumalo. Inkantolo ke yagcina ke isithe hamba uye lapho kule lapho kubhalwe khona la kubonakala khona ukuthi ubhale echaza ukuthi kukhona lokuxhumana phakathi kwalabo ababili.
I do recall, my lord.
Yebo ngiyakhumbula.
Thank you. Now, the gist of that scenario was that you had mentioned that there was a communication between Kelly Khumalo and accused number 3, and that was on record. I just not so sure whether I brought that record. Let me just quickly look at it. May I be afforded an indulgence, man, just to quickly look at it. Thank you. Yes. On the 8th of November 2024, when you were being cross-examined by Mr. Ramusipili, it was in the cross-examination of Mr. Ramusipili. This is what you said. I'm going to start to read from page 68. The transcribed record of the 8th of November 2024. I'm reading it from line 20, page 68. From line 20, page 68. This is what is happening. A question that came from Mr. Ramusipili, otherwise advocates evidence. Then the court comes in and says, wait, I do not understand. You are asking a question. You are obliged to answer the question pertaining to your investigation. Then Mr. Kininda, that's now yourself, yes, my lord. Then the court said that is it, as you conducted it, so that the court can appreciate too. You cannot tell me that you disclose this piece of evidence, but you will not disclose this piece of evidence. What should I do about the rest of your evidence then? Then yourself, being Mr. Gininda, then respond. You say, I understand, my lord. My lord. So the other aspect that I did not touch on is that there is the report that I got, and it is contained in one of Colonel Stein's statements. There's a link between, let me say, communication between Ms. Kelly Khumalo and accused number 3. In a nutshell, I just do not know how Colonel Stein phrased it, but he established a link between accused 3 and Kelly Khumalo other than accused number 5. Then, Mr. Ramusipili, let us go to, and then myself, as it pleases the court, my lord, this is not an objection. That's now me saying that. This is not an objection, man. It is just a clarification. So the information relate, I need to understand it correct. So what Brigadier Gininda is saying there, the further information that is not disclosed to the court as per the indistinct, it is that the statement of Stein actually says that there was a link between accused 3 and Kelly Khumalo. That is the information that I need, that it need not be disclosed to court according to him. I just want to follow that statement. Then the court says, are you able to explain, sir? And then you yourself are saying, yes, my lord. What I can explain is that a statement that I saw, and if it needs be, we can get into it, and I can read it verbatim. There is the statement of Colonel Stein links accused number 3 with Ms. Kelly Khumalo. That is the essence of it. As to how he puts these terms, that is the part that I do not want to misquote him. But what is clear is that there's a link with Ms. Kelly Khumalo and accused number 3. Do you now follow?
My lord, I think the record says exactly what I've been saying. It simply says that I've said there is a link, not a communication. I think where we seems to not to be finding each other with Advocate Mnisi is when he uses the term linkages. Communication instead of linkages. And I've explained this again, my lord, yesterday, where I said, when we came to this exercise, it was arising from the questions that were coming from Mr. Ramsipili, where he was taking me through my statements. And when you go to the paragraph where I said there is a link between Ms. Kelly Khumalo and accused 3 and 5, he then asked me specifically, what linkages are you talking about? Not communication, linkages, and it arises from all the way down, my lord. So I've always said that it's linkages, and the exercise that we embarked upon on the statement of Colonel Stein on page 41 proves exactly that, my lord, because it says link between targets. Ms. Kelly Khumalo is there, but then there are various people that are there, including accused number 3, my lord.
Bengizama ukuchaza kuyabonakala lapha kulesa lokusanda ukufundwa kahle ukuthi mina ngithe kukhona ukuxhumana angishongo ukuthi kukhona ukukhulumisana engikushelo ukuthi kukhona nje ukuxhumana kuyabonakala ngoba ngaso sonke isikhathi mina mangikhuluma ngokuxhumana kuyakubekeke sengathi kuthiwa bekukhona ukukhulumisana into nje ebengichaza eyokuxhumana kungekona ukukhulumisana.
Thank you. I think it was a question of semantics. Now that you have explained it, it comes out very clear that it is basically a huge difference between communication and a link. You're also mentioning that you were trying to explain that through the information that is contained on page 41 of Lieutenant Colonel Stein.
You know, family, much as Advocate Mnisi needed Brigadier Gininda to explain what Colonel Stein meant by linkages, by communication, he couldn't force Brigadier Gininda to explain, because remember, he said he's not interested in Brigadier Gininda's opinions. So as long as Brigadier Gininda doesn't know an answer, he mustn't give his own opinion. And because of that, he couldn't force him to say anything. beyond saying, I'm not an expert. If you want an answer for that, please call Colonel Steyn. Maybe that's the reason why we saw Advocate Mnisi so calm today. You know, he was very calm. I enjoyed. I don't want to lie. Today I enjoyed the cross-examination, especially on this part of when they were talking about the three being linked together. What I enjoyed is the calmness that was in court today. Thank you, family, for watching this video to the end. Please don't forget to like it. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't done so. Thank you. Bye. Let's meet tomorrow. Thank you.